Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Alcott channel. I've just got back after watching the Man United versus Everton game on the kickoff. If you haven't watched the kickoff today, then it was a lot of fun. We had Gabby Abonglahor on the show, Brian of course, Loz and Statman Dave. It was class, it was really good fun. We were giggling the whole time and asking Gabby Abonglahor all sorts of questions. So if you haven't watched that, head over to Brian's channel. Of course you'll be subscribed to that already. And go and enjoy the kickoff because it was a giggle. But I thought I'm back now. I've watched the Man United Everton game, and why not give you guys a bit of a review on the James Lawrence Alcott channel, because it was an interesting game. And first thing I've got to say is the job was done by Man United. They needed to win the game, and they did that. They got the job done because it was such a huge game for them, bigger than I think people were actually talking about in the lead up to it. Because in this run of 6 games that they've got, with the 2 games against Juventus, the draw against Chelsea, which looks like a good away point, but if you lose to Everton and then if you lose to Juventus and then don't beat Everton, then you're in massive trouble, and huge pressure gets put on Jose Mourinho again, instead of starting to build a bit of momentum, a bit of confidence, and starting to climb up the league, which is what Man United need to be doing as soon as possible. So the number one thing for Man United, for Jose Mourinho, for every single player in that squad, and certainly for Man United fans, I'm sure you will all agree, was to get those 3 points. And they did it. Did they do it comfortably? Overall, they probably did. But was that down to them playing really well, or was it down to Everton not truly showing up for me? In my opinion, I was expecting a hell of a lot more from Everton. When you look at the team that Everton have got, you should be really excited. And in a game like that, against a team that's not up to full confidence, a team that's got a lot of players who've played a hell of a lot of football, a team that had their main striker, regardless of his form, not playing in this game, I was a bit disappointed with Everton. When they set up, I thought that was a good team, a team that had done well in the last couple of games. I think it was 3 wins on the trot, of course, against other opposition, lesser opposition. But going into this game, I was expecting a lot more. I really like the balance of this Everton team, because people like Sigurdsson, who's such a talented player, such a technical player, he's got pace around him now. Richarlison, Bernard has got a little bit of pace to him, was able to run in beyond, and he had a great chance in the second half. And Walcott as well, who I've always been a fan of Walcott. I've always thought he's had real quality, and he can finish as well and can show that pace. And for Sigurdsson to have those players around him, and people like Lookman who can come on as well, I feel like Everton should be doing a lot better this season. And in particular, in these games against these bigger sides, I want to see them doing a lot more and being braver, because they have the personnel to do it. Idrissa Gueye is a great footballer. The 2 centre-backs, Zuma, look, he's hit and miss at times, but he's a powerful centre-back. Will Keane, bloody hell, you don't want him playing centre-back. Michael Keane is a player who's had a better season this season. Last week in the game against Palace, I think it was, he was brilliant. And those 2 have been playing well, and he's keeping Mina out of the side. If they weren't playing so well, Mina, of course, is coming back from injury, he would have played today. But those 2 have been playing well, and so those guys have started the game. And I was just a little bit disappointed, in my opinion, in what Everton offered, because they should have shown Man United less respect. They should have gone for them. They really should have. They should have outran them. They should have been brave enough to run in behind a lot more. And they did that in the last 20 minutes. And they were able to get that goal from Smalling's, embarrassing decision to make that tackle. It was so poor. Richarlison in the centre, I think he could have offered a little bit more once again. These players, you're waiting, as Everton fans, these guys, you're waiting for them to kind of arrive and step forward and have the mental strength and the mental bollocks, if you will, to step up and go, no, I'm a quality player and I want to show that in these big games. Maybe that's why these players aren't currently at those different teams. But someone like Richarlison, you're hoping he's going to do something in a game like this. And overall, he didn't really do it. Over to Man United, and I thought Juan Mata was absolutely superb. The style of play continues to be a bit of a slog for Man United. It's too slow. They're not moving the ball forward quickly enough. You've got Pogba and Matic who are kind of side by side. Pogba trotting about a lot of the time. I think Pogba was good overall in the game, but him and Matic sometimes they kind of slow the game down. But when there was that free-flowing football, often it came from the ball going through Mata in those little areas and him moving it on and past it and creating the chances for the goals. So Man United, I think that, look, the number one thing was to get the win. The fact that they didn't play Lukaku, I think getting 3 points and allowing Lukaku to have a bit of a rest is a massive, massive plus for Man United as they go into these games. As I say, Juan Mata for me was probably the man of the match. I thought Lindelof had a good game for them. Young had a decent game for them. Shaw looks solid overall. Everton had a couple of chances in the last 20 minutes, but overall you've got to say Man United totally deserved to win the game, and it's a step in the right direction for them and an opportunity for Mourinho to kind of to take a breath and to get themselves kind of moving in the right direction again. And they're not a million miles off the top four, which has got to be the basic aim for the season now. Improving on the top, the second place finish last season, I think is going to be miles too far away for them this season, because still the style and the plan of this team, it's not truly there yet. Rashford up front in the middle, I thought a bit like Richarlison, kind of had a few moments, but he suffered a bit like Lukaku has from the slow play that Man United continue to kind of use at this moment in time. You've seen in those games when they've had nothing to lose, they've played with a lot more intensity, and when they do that, you see the best of Pogba, you see the best of Mata, and you see the best out of people like Rashford and Martial, because they've got such pace, and they should be utilising that pace. It seems quite obvious for everyone else, but have they got are they going to be brave enough, or can they have a team that doesn't have Matic in it? Because Matic, for me, sometimes slows it down and doesn't get it through the lines quick enough. Martial, final word's got to be with him. What a finish for the I think it was the first goal or the second goal. I'm getting mixed up. I think it was the second goal. Doesn't matter. You guys know. You can remember. But he's really, really turning it on now. He's got that ability to finish, and he's got to be a regular starter for them now. He'll be delighted with that, and with his confidence kind of going through the roof, that's a massive, massive sign, because you need players you can rely on, and at this moment in time, in terms of goal scorers, Martial is the number one man. So, final thoughts on it. Man United, look, job done. They needed to get the win. They got the win. Same kind of worries at the back sometimes. Even someone like Smalling, who's been probably the best centre-back for Man United, best of a bad bunch this season, letting them down with the penalty decision, but they hung on. They deserve the win, and they're allowed to move forward. And it's as I say, such a huge 3 points, because they play Bournemouth away next week, and that is going to be a really, really tough game. So to go into that game having won, I think it would have been 1 in 8, would have been an absolute disaster. So that's quickly my thoughts on the game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, you're still watching, then do me a favour, hit that subscribe button. I've got a really cool video coming out this week. I've got a big announcement coming out this week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you're feeling generous, and I will see you soon. Peace.